Hey y'all, I just wanted to point out, Victor Wembanyama last night in his first game of the season, especially if he continues this, I'm not trying to overreact, but he exposed Nikola Jokic last night. He exposed Nikola Jokic historically, and he exposes the Lakers immediately. Let me explain how he exposes Nikola Jokic historically, and why when I said Nikola Jokic ain't top 5 historically as a center, I stand by that. And I double down now. If Victor Wembanyama could average Nikola Jokic numbers on offense, and he is the best player in the NBA or in the world on defense, who the fuck is better? Right? I got a lot of heat. When I say a lot of heat, look, this is a small channel. I'm just saying the most negative pushback I got on this channel was when I said Nikola Jokic is not a top 5 center ever, and it ain't even close. I doubled down on that like an MF for today. After watching see, a lot of y'all are young. You guys don't remember. See, Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid are basically the two big men who emerged after the Golden State Warriors small ball death lineup, all that other stupid ass shit you guys encourage. Not you guys, many of you encourage, especially many talking heads. Those are the two centers to come up out of that. It's not like every night they got to go up against Hakeem Olajuwon and David Robinson and Patrick Ewing and Dikembe Mutombo. It's not like that anymore, right? So you guys poo-poo, you guys diminish the defensive part of this. But Victor Wembanyama showed you the value in that last night. So the question today was, and it's stupid to do it based on one game, I get that, right? But the question on all the talking head shows, on all the sports shows today was, is he the best player in the world? If Victor Wembanyama, I'm just going to tell you that like this. I wouldn't say that based on one game. I would never say that based on one game. But I will say this. If he puts up Jokic numbers, he's a better player than Jokic. Why? Because he shuts down the opposing team on defense too. Just like Hakeem did. Just like Kareem did in his prime. Like Wilt did. Right? The standard that all these other centers have, that for whatever fucking reason you don't hold to Jokic, Victor Wembanyama does it too. Victor Wembanyama, you keep this up, or if you have numbers anywhere close, you could average 4 less points a game, a rebound less, 3 assists less, and you are still better than Nikola Jokic. Because defense matters. Right? Is anybody going to tell me defense doesn't matter? Because if you believe defense matters, then you believe if Victor Wembanyama puts up these numbers over the course of the season, or numbers similar to Nikola Jokic over the course of the season, he's better than Nikola Jokic. You have to. People keep diminishing how good those Denver teams were. Nikola Jokic, fantastic player. But those teams were fantastic too. And y'all keep doing that. No one player wins by themselves. Anyway, so that I'm glad Victor came, because Victor is about to show the world why Nikola Jokic has been overrated for years. The dude is fantastic on offense. He is a pile of shit on defense. And you cannot be considered one of the greatest when you have that kind of game. All right? So, yeah, I hope you all get it now. As far as the Lakers go, Victor Wembanyama took 2 3-point shots last night. Right? And that's fine. That's fine. But in the last 2 years, in the 2 years previous to this, he took way more. And when you watched him play last night, you could almost tell, hey, look, man, I never really wanted this to be a part of my game. I could shoot him. I could do that. But that ain't what I want to do. You see, Victor Wembanyama, he looked like one of them animals, that like a deer or a giraffe or elephant. You see them just born. They could barely get their feet up under them. Last night, it looked like he found his footing. It looked like he grew into his body. And the second he did that, his game looked bigger. His game looked like, I'm 7'5" and the rim is 10 feet tall. Now what? That's what his game looked like last night. If he was out there bombing threes, the Los Angeles Lakers and the Los Angeles Laker management would co-sign finding people who could bomb threes. They would chase a stupid ass narrative that yelled stretch 5, 3-and-D, death lineup, all that other dumb shit that all these stupid ass talking heads got you to believe is what was needed to win in the NBA. They don't know basketball. Victor Wembanyama knows basketball. You could tell. You could tell based on what he was last year and what he was last night. Right? Granted, it was one game. I get that. But you could tell he's a student of the game because he knows where he's getting his. And he dominated last night. And just the fact that you got a 21-year-old who, when he was physically capable of going down and doing bigger man shit, because, you know, in previous years he didn't have his feet under him. He was too young, too gangly. But the second he could, he did. And it's exposing just how much time the Lakers wasted chasing styles. Chasing just dumb shit. You know? Trying to be the Golden State Warriors. Thinking you could duplicate the Golden State Warriors death lineup. The motherfuckers got Klay Thompson, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Draymond Green. And you thought you could duplicate that? You just committed to losing for years and years until they're not good anymore. That's all you did. And you know, I'm just saying, the Lakers are, not to sound like a prude, but let's face it, the Lakers are the Lakers. And that shit matters. The Lakers' name matters. And for the Lakers to put themselves in a position where they're steady just chasing, you know, and then you see this 21-year-old who the second he don't have to be a certain way anymore, he doesn't, and he changes, and he adapts. You watch a 21-year-old do that, and then you watch this stupid-ass Laker organization listen to the talking heads and steady try to abide by this stupid-ass 3-and-D, stretch 5, you know, death lineup, stupid-ass mentality. It really exposes the Lakers. And it really exposes their approach to success, their approach to basketball. You know, the other thing that Victor Wembanyama exposed last night, especially in light of Rob Pelinka taking off an entire offseason, right? Not doing anything an entire offseason, making the first move of this offseason Jake LaRavia. What Wembanyama exposed last night is, if you thought you had a window, you should have got up off your ass, removed your thumb from your ass, and went for it. If you sat on your ass in the last 2 years while this dude was still trying to get his feet under him, you fucked up. That's what Victor Wembanyama looked like last night. He looked, you know how when LeBron was with Cleveland, then Miami, then back with Cleveland again, it was one team that was going to the finals from the East, and it was LeBron's team. Or in the 80s, right, it was one team that was going to the finals from the West, outside of that 1 year Houston beat the Lakers. But it was one team that was going to the finals from the West, and it was the Los Angeles Lakers. Victor Wembanyama, last night, he is getting that vibe. That year that Rob Pelinka sat on his ass and did nothing. And then this year, in which Rob Pelinka, first thing, only thing he seemed like he could do for a long time was sign Jake LaRavia. Malpractice, y'all. That shit was malpractice. You know, if you had a chance, if you got LeBron, how many of us have said this? If you got LeBron James and Anthony Davis and Austin Reeves, who looks like he's a fringe all-star, why the fuck aren't you going for it? What are you waiting for? Man, it's more frustrating now than it was last year. Because now, you see, last year, everyone thought they had a chance. I'm going to tell you straight up. Before last night, I think a lot of people thought they had a chance. After last night, after watching Victor Wembanyama play, I don't think he's going to be that. I hope he ain't that. Well, you know, actually, I hope he is that, because I just thoroughly enjoyed watching him play last night. But, I don't know how you're going to be able to beat this dude. You know, if he's injury prone and he gets hurt, okay. But man, what he was doing last night, and then the way he shut down the defensive end, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I was telling my son, he was like, has there ever been a guy like that? I said, nah, man, I have never. Then I said, oh, Ralph Sampson was like that for a minute before he got hurt. But, yeah, man, I don't see it. Anyway, this is Pure Uncut Lakers. Please like and subscribe. Yeah, I just felt like I had to give Wembanyama props and kind of explain, you know, historically what he makes you recognize about Nikola Jokic. It's that, yeah, fantastic offensive player, shit defensive player. Now you got a guy who does both, like great centers historically had to do. And all of a sudden, Nikola Jokic, he ain't a historically great player. Not a historically great center, I mean. And two, man, Lakers shot themselves in the foot. They shot themselves in the foot. They should have been trailblazing. They weren't. Right? They were following styles. And now it looks like Nikola Jokic, I'm sorry, it looks like Victor Wembanyama got the NBA on lock. It feels like for the next 8 years, you got to put up with this cat. And he ain't even in his prime. Shit. Rob Pelinka effed up big time, man. Because once they get De'Aaron Fox back, man, that's another team, the Lakers, that I think passed the Lakers. Just based on how he looked in one game, in this first game. Anyway, y'all, please like and subscribe. I'll hit you up later.